So, it's been a while since I recorded one of these, but I guess I should start now documenting my journey. Um, 5 months after trying to build an agency, um, I got my first client. 5.5 months after attempting to start something of an agency, and the journey wasn't all like straight. It was pretty confusing at times. It was pretty confusing. Um, I learned a lot of things, but I guess there's still some doubt as to where to go from here, because I get it. You're attempting to build. I'm attempting to build a business, but here's the thing: when I first started, I sort of didn't realize that I needed skill sets. Um, to me, building a business was sort of just like um, yeah. I just didn't even know what that meant. I just thought, well, I'm just gonna build a business to make money. But then little by little, I started to understand that in business, you have to become someone of value and you have to give value to people in order to make money. I started to understand that. And so I completely agree with it. I agree with it. And I am determined to become somebody of value so that I can make people money and then I make money. That makes total sense to me. Um, so a little bit of a backstory as to what's been going on. Well, I my niche was in real estate at the beginning, but I just didn't know anything about real estate, to be honest. I was just like Googling whatever I could about um, my niche. And then little by little, there was some doubt getting into my mind as to like, okay, I want to build an agency, but I don't have any skill sets. I was like, I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to do my service delivery. How am I gonna guarantee people results if I can't do anything? I'm not. I don't have any skill sets. And so I thought, well, I didn't think too much. Well, a salesperson came to my house, and instead of pitching me the usual pitch about selling something, um, they invited me to work in a solar company. So I was like, hmm, this might be a good opportunity. So I was like, this might be a good opportunity to learn how to sell. So what happened was that I took it. I took it. So then I went to work at a solar company as a trainee, and I was trying to learn the sales process when all of a sudden, when I'm door knocking, learning how to approach people in a way that's not too weird or anything. Um, I'm just door knocking, and there's this lady who says that she's having some issues with her system. She says that she's having some issues with her system, and that it was the same company as that I'm working at, and she got it like 2 years ago. And so there was a guy that I was gonna meet, so that we were gonna go door knocking. And so I called him, and I told him my situation. Hey, there's this lady that's she's having issues with her system. We might need to help her, or I don't know what to do here. So then he drove to my location, and then we spoke with the lady. And then in there, I learned a lot about how there were salespeople who were doing bad deals with people, and maybe offsetting their system for like 70%, maybe 80%, and not to the full capacity. So people were still paying for the electric bill. Anyways, I learned a lot from him. And then he told me that he was having a hard time door knocking with people and that he wasn't closing deals. And that when he went to another city, he uh, he started to see the leads because in where I live, it's the lead generation thing. It's kind of weird. They don't really know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with the leads. So I was like, oh, I was like, normally what you do is when you get a lead online, you generate leads. Um, you generate leads, get them through a funnel, and then put them on an appointment setting system where you can book appointments with them and then eventually close them online. And he was like, as I started to talk to him more about the agency kind of thing, he was interested. And so he said, I'm interested to do it. And I was like, okay. Um, he said he was interested. And so one thing led to another, and he said that he wanted to do something. And so we agreed to it, and I got my first client in the agency thing, and it's not even in the same niche as real estate. It's now, well, a sales rep in a solar company, but I'm getting key insights as to how to do appointment setting, which is something that I didn't even think of before. Now, as I'm going about this, I'm 25 days in the solar industry, doing appointment setting, and before, one of the things that I didn't know how to do was that I noticed was that I was confusing people when at door knocking. I was confusing people on how to actually get them interested into what into whatever I was talking about, and that's why I got rejected a lot. I got rejected a lot, but now that I'm fixing my approach and speaking to people in a more clear and concise way, people are starting to open up their doors to me and listen to me because I sound like I make sense now, which is something that I didn't really take into account before. So yeah, it's just a matter of time that I just don't knock on more doors, and more opportunities will arise, and people will eventually listen to what I gotta say and what we can offer, what I can offer them. And so yeah, it's just a matter of time before I close my first deal. Hopefully tomorrow, we close that deal because we have like 2 appointments tomorrow, but we will have to see. Um, and yeah, so yeah, I'm still trying to balance school with this. I'm trying to balance at the agency, the working as a trainee salesperson, and going to school, which is time consuming, to be honest. Most of the time I just spend it on, most of my time is just spent on learning how to be more effective at appointment setting, um, learning to talk clearly to people, learning how to create well, right now I'm just documenting my journey, which I should have done like even before. But yeah. Anyway, I haven't made any money because well, in my agency I have a what do you call it? Base guarantee that if I can't get people 10 booked appointments every month, they don't pay. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. So it's performance based specifically, and I'm willing to take that bet because I don't feel comfortable charging people money if I can't deliver them results. Which maybe it's like maybe it's gonna how do you say backlash on me. Maybe it's gonna affect me. I don't know, but the reason that I don't feel comfortable charging people money is just that I don't see how it makes sense for me to charge people money for something that I don't know how to do. Maybe it works for you, but I don't know. It's just maybe the way I think. Maybe the I don't know what it is, but I just don't feel comfortable with it. And so, yeah, as of today, I wanted to give up a lot of times actually, but I did it. I signed my first client. Well, agreed to a client. We haven't I had an agreement, and so now I'm just gonna do the service by trial and error. Um, right now, I don't have any money to spend. It's all I have is time as my currency, so I'm gonna spend it on learning skill sets like selling. I really want to learn how to sell. I want to learn how to communicate effectively with people. And so what I'm doing right now is just learning how to sell, learning how to deliver my service, and hopefully actually start making money right now. Um, I don't know if I know people like got results quicker than me, but to me it's just like there's a reason for everything. Um, more than likely you gotta take into account people's past experiences. So yeah, it took me 5 months and a half, but now I'm barely noticing that in business you have to have skill sets in order to grow as an individual and in any sort of light. So yeah, I'm actually working on skill sets like sales, and eventually a little bit of marketing, and little by little starting to getting the hang of business, which is pretty good. I'm not thinking in terms of money as a current as a making money. Well, I am, but it's more of learning more than anything. And yeah, um, that's just what I've been doing right now. It's it's a little bit of progress. It's not too much, but it's getting somewhere. It's getting somewhere. And yeah, that's my journey right now. That's what I'm doing right now. Maybe it's not too much, uh, but it's definitely like a better step forward than before. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working so that I can actually start making money now because it's getting to the point where the pressure, a little bit of peer pressure of family, is getting the better of me a little bit. So yeah, see you later.